I know your favorite fragrance reviewer right now is releasing their top 10 fall lists, while me, I'm releasing a top 10 spring list. Well, I'm a creature of habit. I've never missed a top 10 list in my years on YouTube. I'm not going to miss another one. Let's get this one rolling. What's going on, YouTube fragrance family? Welcome to my top 10 spring designer list for 2017. These are my top 10 designers that I wore this spring in 2017. We got a couple newbies, but most of this list is built upon some old steady fragrances that I've been wearing for years. So don't get too hyped up in regards to a fragrance here that you think is going to be the new next gem or next hype. These are all pretty straightforward scents that we have heard about in our fragrance community. However, we got a new number one, so keep it tuned in. So let's take a look at it. At number 10, we have from the house of Lalique. This fragrance right here is a new purchase from me in 2017. And, oh, this is a nice one. This is Encre Noire Spar. Now, the Encre Noire family, huge fan of the family. This was my last purchase from the brand of the Encre Noire lineup. And this spring, you guys know, I'm not a fan of sport-based fragrances. And the reason why I'm so late on this one is because of that moniker. I was just like, I don't know if sport and Encre Noire goes together. You know, you could color me kind of intrigued to see what this was going to do. I didn't see it working, but it works. So at number 10, damn, it's a new purchase, so I gave it its due course, and I enjoyed it from first impression on this fragrance, as you saw from my first impression video. It's a lighter take on Encre Noire. Being sport, you would think that it, yes, especially the darkness of the original Encre Noire, you would think this would not work. But it does. The bergamot and the grapefruit at the top really does give this fragrance, really opens it up with a freshness to the fragrance. The vetiver seems a little cleaner in this one, and it peeks through in the opening, and then of course a little more into the dry down. The cypress still lends a hand to this one to give it a little bit of daringness, may I say. Cypress is a note that does give fragrances a little bit more of a darkness, and it is kind of a challenging note depending on the nose. However, yeah, it's green, but not as green as the original. So a great scent by Lalique, can be found under $50. I'm done with you. And it's a steal for under $50. Worn mostly during spring. I wore this during mostly during rainy days, but mostly spring nights. This was more of a nighttime scent for me, and it was just perfect. The vetiver and the cypress, the greenness, and of course that grapefruit and bergamot up top really gave it more of a uplifting, almost a little bit of a two-sided night and day type of fragrance. So Lalique Encre Noire Sport, a good one from Lalique, and I can't wait to review it. I'm reviewing this in the near future. In my next like 5 or 10 fragrance reviews, you're going to see this one incorporated in that. So at number 10, Encre Noire Spar. Let's take a look at number 9. Number 9 is from the house of Kenzo. The house of Kenzo isn't getting much love with these new fragrance reviewers on YouTube. It used to be not too shabby back in the day, but this one is one of my favorites from Kenzo, and this is Kenzo Power. There is also a Kenzo Power... there's also a Kenzo Power cologne that works very, very well in the summer, but either or, Kenzo Power cologne is one that you should get, very much a stripped down version of this, and still beautiful. So Kenzo Power is a floral for men. I like to compare it to Ziaram, but really not. Almost a Ziaram light. It made last year's list at number 11, so it's number 9 this year, so it stepped up a little bit. Great spring scent. Something I love wearing more in a cooler spring day or even night. This is one of those fragrances that I like to wear either or. Very underrated fragrance for spring. Maybe the best floral for men because it has just enough citrus and spice to make it nice. Kenzo Power really juiced that. Damn, man. More people should be talking about it in our YouTube fragrance community. It's a shame. It's like there's a lot of great juices that have been forgotten or not just really looked at by these new fragrance reviewers on YouTube. It's a shame. So Kenzo Power, good one. At number 8, ooh, a tea-based fragrance. And tea works very well in the rain. Again, I talk rain because in the spring, most of the time it's overcast or it's rain here in where I live. So at number 8, this is from the Gucci Pour Homme deux or two, depending if you're French or English. Gucci Pour Homme 2, always a staple for me. One of the best male Gucci fragrances, yes. Last year it made at number 8, so it stays put at number 8. One of the best tea-based fragrances in the designer game. You tell me. For me, yes, great for overcast or even rainy days. This is one of my mainstay, like staying at home type of scent. It's just a comfort scent for me. It really is comforting, and it really helps me focus. I think I've said that a few times, even in the fragrance review of this one. Just an outstanding scent. It's very subtle, but packs a good punch to me. And I always return my nose on every single year, especially in the fall and of course the spring. One of the best from Gucci. You can't go wrong with Gucci Pour Homme 2 at number 8. Now number 7, going to one of our powerhouse designer brands. I'm talking about either Chanel or Allure here. Well, this is, of course, Chanel Allure Edition Blanche. Now, everybody's talking about Bleu de Chanel from Chanel. This is my first love from Chanel, to be quite honest. Edition Blanche is, the lemon cream pie of the fragrance game. Yeah, it was number 6 last year, so it drops to number 7, but still top 10 worthy. It's a citrus with some depth to it. I really like that, and then that's why a citrus-based fragrance like this is great during those 2 seasons that are in the middle of the 2 bigger seasons. Summer and winter here are, summer's really, really hot, and our winters are really, really cold. So fall and spring, this is the type of fragrance that I like to reach out for. Dress it up, dress it down. This is very classy. It really is. It evokes the Chanel name. Very classy stuff. I wear this in the office almost like religion in the spring and fall. And then I can dress it down casually with the jeans and a white t-shirt, or even for a night out during the nighttime. So it's not just a daytime scent. It can be a nighttime scent. One of the best allures, in my opinion, to be quite honest, especially the new generation out there. Go check this one out. The other ones may be a little older for you, but this is definitely what Chanel is all about. Class in a bottle. Next time you're buying your Bleu de Chanel fragrance, take a sniff at this one, please. That goes to number 6 from the house of Tom Ford. Tom Ford, this one was number 1 on my list, not last year, but it has been number 1 in the past for spring. One of my favorites from Tom Ford. This is, of course, Gray Vetiver. Now, Gray Vetiver, clean, a very clean green vetiver. Dress it up, dress it down. Number 1 in years past for spring on my list. So you can see I put a pretty big dent in this one. It was number 10 last year on my list, so it moves up to number 6. It is a high-end vetiver, and it's very modern. It's a daily wear workhorse. Great for the rain. Dress it up at night also. Signature scent worthy, especially in the spring. You wear this in the office. You can wear this going to the gym. You can wear this wearing a hoodie. You can wear this wearing a tux. Mostly a dressing up type of fragrance. I really love wearing this with a suit or a tux or something like that. Another fragrance that's great in the rain, like great in the rain, great in the rain, great in the rain. And anything vetiver or patchouli works in the rain, by the way. Just an FYI. And this one, heavy, of course, on the vetiver. Really clean and well constructed. That's the one thing. Well done by Tom Ford at number 6. Now, top 5, dead or alive. Let's take a look at the top 5. These fragrances have been obviously top 5. So they're some of my staples wearing in the spring. I can see 2 here that have been continually at least top 10s for the past several years on my channel for this particular list. So these guys are not newcomers. And we'll start at number 5. Hermes. Jean-Claude Helena's stuff for Hermes, a lot of it, like the whole Jardin line, Terre d'Hermes, that whole lineup. A lot of the stuff that Jean-Claude Helena has made for Hermes is pretty much spring in a bottle. A lot of these things work very well in the spring. And this is, this one right here is, in my opinion, the best from the house of, no, not the best from the house of Hermes, the best from the Jardin line. And this is Le Jardin sur le Nil. It was my number one last year, yes. And this is probably, so that's why we got a new number one. This is probably the most authentic smelling juice out of this whole lineup. And that includes right up to number one. This has a watery lotus leaf mid. So unique, so different, yet so vibrant and authentic. It's beautiful. A green mango up top. Good longevity and projection, and that's the one thing with this Jardin line. They sneak up on you, especially with the longevity and projection. You're thinking this is weak as hell. Hell to the no. One of the most natural scents in this whole lineup. One of the best fresh scents that Elena has made, possibly. This stuff is just simply outstanding. If you ignored this Jardin line from Hermes, and a lot of you do, please do yourself a favor. Just sniff Jardin sur le Nil right here. Just freaking smell it. Bring your wife, bring your girlfriend, bring your side chick, whatever you need to do. I guarantee that if there's two people smelling this fragrance, one of you will like it and perhaps even buy it. Jardin sur le Nil is a crazy, crazy juice. Great stuff at number 5. Now at number 4, from the house of Mugler. Now Mugler, Mugler cologne, great for spring, by the way, didn't make the list. This is, of course, Ultra Zest. And Mugler, man, Mugler had my list on lockdown for designer, fall, and winter. I absolutely love Mugler. That Amen DNA, you can do a flanker. You can do a flanker of anything with that Amen DNA, and I'd be in love with it. I love it. But now they're getting the spring game on lock. They don't have the summer game on lock because these still have some oomph to them. They're a little darker. Ultra Zest, last year made at number 4, stays at number 4. It was a limited edition back then. If you see it online, snatch it up. That's pretty much what I can say. A great blend here. They finally got it right after all these Icemans and things like that. Sun Essence was a dud. 2 years in a row staying in the top 5 makes it a worthwhile scent for me. It's something that is continuously impressing me. This stuff is good. Mugler again dominates my winter and my fall, and now it's starting to creep into my spring. So Mugler is going after the throne for every single season. This is the stuff I simply wanted from Mugler for years in the spring months. This blood orange with the green in the scent just works so well together. That DNA works so well. At number 4, Ultra Zest. Now at number 3, this one was number 1 on the list before too. So this is a mainstay for me. And this is Roadster from Cartier. This is, I gotta admit, my favorite from the house of Cartier. Cartier has done some fairly interesting scents, and it is a brand, I'll be honest, that I haven't really delved into. This is one that I want. I want Roadster Sport. If it can blow me away like this did. So it is on my radar because I love Roadster so much. It was number 7 last year, Roadster, by the way. It is number 3 this year. Always just a great scent. Mint is huge now. I love seeing that mint is finally on the up with our fragrance reviewers. The best mint in the designer game, Roadster, hell yeah. Now talking about Roadster as a mint-based fragrance, it is a thicker mint-based fragrance. A lot of mints like a Mount Fresh from James Healy. Very good for the summer. This stuff right here, mint, but it has more depth to it. It has more thickness than the regular mint scent. It utilizes green vetiver together with the mint to give it some depth and keep that green theme alive. This scent works very well in the cooler spring days or even nights. One of my favorite mints ever. It's not for everyone, but goddamn, when it works, it works. Also another one that is great, of course, for those rainy days, and it's been a favorite of mine since I really just started my YouTube fragrance channel way back when. So Cartier's Roadster at number 3. At number 2, we're going back to Mugler, and of course a new purchase. So we got, actually I'm going to do a little spoiler alert here. Number 2 and number 1 are both new purchases in 2017. When I'm getting new fragrances, I'm aiming for them for these lists. I want to purchase fragrances that I absolutely love and to go for the throne. Especially with seasons like spring, sometimes I get a little bored. And this is a fragrance from Mugler that has gotten a lot of flack when it was released this year. And this is Krypto Mint. And I love mint. Not the best mint in the game, I'll be honest. But when I'm looking at Mugler, I'm not looking for authentic things. The mint is not going to be authentic. It's the same type of blend as this guy right here. And when it works, this is what Mugler does. I don't understand why people are getting so upset about this fragrance. Is all their amens, pure coffee, pure malt, all this. It's the same DNA, and then they just change it up a little bit in the opening. Same thing here. They used the DNA that worked. They moved the orange and they put it as mint. That's pretty much it. It's a very good fragrance for mint lovers out there, especially if you love Mugler fragrances. Good amount of mint, not as good as Roadster, I'll be honest with you, but instead of using vetiver like in Roadster, he utilizes, of course, the standard patchouli to continue that green theme. This is for those cooler or rainy days, or nights, actually. A little bit of wind also to bring that projection to everyone's face. This thing is good stuff. I really like Krypto Mint. It's unfortunate that the flack that it gets, but trust your own nose. That's all you got to say. And don't go with what everybody's saying, especially as a fragrance reviewer. Number one, this stuff blew me away. New purchase, of course. This is from Hermes, and this is Terre d'Hermes Eau Très Fraîche. And this stuff, as you can see the dent here, this is not a little dent for me. As you can see, fragrances that I've owned for a long time, Roadster, Jardin sur le Nil, Grey Vetiver, you can see the same type of dent here. These are fragrances that I've had for years, and I wear them quite a bit, obviously. But this one was almost, at least every week I was wearing it. And this stuff, wow. So one Hermes loses the top spot from last year and gives it up to another Hermes. The purchase of the year could be this one. I know that we're in September now, but this could be my purchase of the year, especially considering price, quality, and everything put together. This stuff is great. And this, and it's funny because I never smelt this. I blindly bought this because of my love of the original Terre d'Hermes. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I knew that Elena could do things that are magical. This, of course, also great for summer, but also great. The freshness in here is great. It's clean. It pulls a lot from the original. It's authentic, and that is huge. And perfect for those cooler spring or warmer, humid days of spring. So it was one really that was almost a Swiss Army knife of sorts, because I could wear it daily and I could wear it at night, and I didn't really care how the weather was, if it was fluctuating. You know, in the morning it was raining, and then mid-afternoon we had, you know, the sun out like crazy, and it was plus 20. This stuff could still shine, and this was my go-to spring, and I put a hefty dent into this one, and for good reason. And as far as authenticity, which is a huge thing for me, these two Hermes are the top of the bunch here out of all these. Most likely Hermes does some great juice for the price. So definitely get your nose on this one if you haven't already. I know it's fall season for a lot of you out there. This is still great for fall. Even though Terre d'Hermes is good, I'm looking for that perfume version too. Gotta get it. Eau Très Fraîche, definitely great scent from the house of Hermes. So thank you for watching my top 10 spring list designer for 2017. Better late than never. And any fragrance related video should be a good video, to be quite honest. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Have a good one, YouTube.